Hello everyone, welcome to Go Game Yourself. I'm Jordan and this is the first video in a new sub-series that's going to be ongoing that I'm calling 1 Credit. And the reason it's called 1 Credit is that I'm going to play random games, well, not really random, but it's going to be a mixture of favourite games of mine, maybe games that I've just bought recently, with the idea being that I will try to get as far as possible in that game on 1 credit, essentially before I lose all my lives, or in the case of something like a first-person shooter game where you might only have 1 life. Essentially you die and you respawn. As soon as I'm dead, that's it. I don't play anymore. I might play more of the game in my spare time, but for the sake of the video, it's going to be until I lose that first set of lives and would be prompted to continue or start again. The first game I've picked for this series is a favourite of mine from when I was a teenager. It's a 2D scrolling shoot 'em up called Raiden FIghters, or as we always pronounce it, Raiden FIghters, because I'm not really sure what the correct pronunciation is, but I always prefer to call it Raiden FIghters. It just always sounded right. And this game was part of the Raiden 2D shoot 'em up series, which is Raiden itself is a much older game, and it's part of this collection as well, which is available on PC, and I only found that out last week. I've had this collection for the iPad for quite a while, but I have an arcade to play it on, so it's a more authentic experience. But I never knew it was actually on the PC until last week when it was in the good old game sale. And I have to be careful because I tend to die very early on in these games from just not from getting carried away and not paying enough attention to some things. And this isn't a bullet hell game. There's a lot going on screen, but there are games which are far more chaotic when it comes to the amount of enemy fire that you have to navigate around. The little S icon that will give you I only found out recently that it was actually called a slave. It's the little helper ship which gives you added firepower. And the other icons, you'll see the L and the M. That powers up your main weapon, your main firing mechanism, and allows to give you the missile firing or the laser firing. Now this is the first boss. It's not always the first boss, so sometimes you can do the level with the tank boss. There's the first life gone. As I was saying, you can end up doing you can end up having the tank as the first boss in the game. I'm not actually sure what changes that. It could be the ship that you pick. You also have smart bombs which will help take out the bosses no matter what they are. Oh, I try to get through any boss fights in games like this without using smart bombs, because you always end up needing smart bombs somewhere else, or for later stages of boss fights when its main mechanism of firing changes, where it's maybe sends out a steadier stream, which is harder to avoid and need more accurate control over your ship, more precision. And like I said, I wouldn't class this as a bullet hell game, but I think it's up there with an enemy hell game. It can get pretty busy on the screen. Some of the later levels, and if I last long enough, you will see a number of waves. You see waves of the smaller planes that are appearing, and they'll appear en masse and fly towards you down the middle of the screen. And you also get the straighter, more, I guess, Galaga type waves or Galaxians. I cannot remember which one, where they're just in that Mighty Ducks Flying V. Oh, there goes another life. And there you see the steady stream, well, not a steady stream, but a large enough stream of enemy ships flying towards me. Aim it right for me. And this is the second boss. It's the massive big tank, and it's tricky enough if you're not a seasoned veteran pro at this game, or these kind of games. I almost hope seasoned pros of this game do not find these videos, because they'll just laugh at me. That's okay. I only found out recently as well that the way to defend these houses is to set off a bomb before that tank actually fires. So, like that. That's how you defend the houses here. I never knew that until recently. And it'll give you some bonus points, I think. and bonus points mean extra lives. Now I started playing this game with the setup of having 5 lives, which is not standard. If the arcade, when I always played it, he always had 3 lives, and well, I've lost another life anyway. But yeah, you always had 3 lives, so it made it extra hard to get far in the game. You had to get really, really good at it, and really quick too. Level 3, and this is the sea level, and it's got a couple of those tanks there. Ah, that was dumb. I should have avoided dying there. That was really poor. Holding down the fire button will give you a sort of a rapid fire attack, and I think it's obviously more powerful than your standard attack, but because of the time it takes to charge it up, it does leave you vulnerable and open to bullets. And I am on my last life, and this is quite a bad run actually. Not that I know what a good run is for me in this game. I guess getting this far without losing a life, it is possible with a bit more practice. And I might do that. I might come back and do another run at this game, and if it's an improved run, I might throw that video up as well. But this is the first stage where things start to really get hectic, I think. There's a lot of enemies on this warship, as well as these massive big cannons. Hopefully I can blow this one up and get out of there before it kills me or anything else does. There's a very good chance I am not making it to the end of this level. Just to warn yous, although you'll probably already know that from the length of the video. And I'm playing this on an Xbox 360 controller, and you can probably hear one of the buttons clicking quite loudly. It feels like it's actually sticking a little bit. Not that I'm making excuses, and I am not brilliant at this game. I'm not brilliant at these games, full stop, but I do really enjoy them. It's a very, very different mindset when you're playing them, and very different skill set as well. It's all reaction and observation. And of course you can learn enemy patterns and things like that if you've got the time dedicated. Oh, that was dumb. Things like that can be avoided in the game. So that was my first run at Raiden FIghters. And this has been the first video on this new series called 1 Credit. So please stay tuned for more, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll be able to show you a load more videos in a very, very, very short, condensed form. Or if I get good at them, I'll maybe be able to show you the whole game. But that's going to require a lot of hard work and dedication and gameplay on my part. And I'm more than prepared to do that. I'm prepared to get good at these games. Because if I haven't done it now, I'm only getting older, so I'm going to get worse at these things, and these videos will end up getting shorter as a result of that. So thanks again for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more here and go game yourself. I've been Jordan. This has been Raiden FIghters on 1 Credit. Bye bye.